I would think about some play calls now, not even necessarily to my best player, but to someone I can trust with the ball. Try and get things settled down a little bit.
Herbert and the Chargers now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. He'll have a 1st down past the 40. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And it's picked up by the Ravens. There are 2 words that we hear coaches say all of the time. One starts with a B, one starts with an S. Ball security.
And they preach it. They have it up in meeting rooms, right? You see the signs. They talk about it all the time. But still, when you got defenders out there who are preaching, hey, we're going to take the ball away from you, no matter what position you play, you've got to take care of the rock.
Escaping the pressure right. 1st down and more for Jackson. Fighting his way through contact. They'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Lamar Jackson on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Ravens are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Well, we've certainly seen this before, CD. No one can quite electrify a crowd like Lamar Jackson. And really don't know what else to say other than that was special right there.
I think you pretty much said it all, but I go back to what you said about electrifying a crowd. He's also electrifying us, and we're calling the game. This guy's simply sensational.
Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. John Harbaugh thought about it, and now his guys are going to go for the 2-point conversion. Jackson here is going to look to throw, eluding the pressure right. Taken down. It's a sack, and they fail on the try for 2. So tried to throw it in for 2 points, but the D got home, brought him down.
Yeah, got home, which means there had to be good coverage. Just had nowhere to go with the ball. Typically, you try and throw quick hitters, quick slants, maybe even a quick fade. Nothing was open. He ends up getting sacked.
And all deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football, and it's picked up by the Ravens. So they take over not only in enemy territory, zone at the 16-yard line. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Now it's Jackson rolling to his right. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. 2 yards left on 2nd down from the 9. Jackson. They'll roll him out right. Here as he's taken down. He couldn't escape the pressure, and they go backwards in a big way there on the sack.
Now that was something, and it wasn't good. In one play, you've gone from being in the red zone to maybe out of field goal range. Totally inexcusable.
Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens. Here's Jackson to throw. Steps away to his left. Finding room to the 20. And finally taken down at the 15. So here we go. The offense is going to stay out there. They're going for it on 4th and 8. Here's Jackson. He'll buy some time right. Trucks over him and able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. Now it's Jackson being chased out left. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Lamar Jackson on his way to a historic performance, 4 first-half touchdowns. And the Ravens are able to widen their lead here in this first half. Well, this defense, so many things to worry about in the red zone area, but you'd have to almost think that Lamar Jackson running the football, that might be number 1.
It should be number 1, and in this portion of the field where things shrink a little bit because the receivers can't run past anyone because they'll run out of real estate, you should have all eyes on Lamar Jackson when the ball is snapped and try and keep him back in the pocket.
Yeah, I don't think that they were surprised he was running it there. They just couldn't stop him, and he ends up in the end zone. And he fires one incomplete. Protection was great. He had time to set up a campsite. But in the secondary, though, they were ready.
And I think that in most places on the field, if you have that much time to throw the ball, someone's going to shake free and you'll find an open receiver. But condensed near the goal line on a 2-point conversion, all that extra, there's not any extra field. So it kind of closes in on them, and that allows you to cover a little bit better.
The Chargers ready to take over. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Derek Wolfe. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop it. This offense continues to shoot themselves in the foot. And here, another sack.
All game long, we've seen missed assignments, which have led to turnovers, sacks. This group has not played well at all here in the first half.
Staying on his feet. Forced out to his left. And he'll slide to a halt here, still a little shy of the first down marker. Going to throw on 3rd down with Herbert. Flush to his right. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. So they decline it as that will bring up 4th.
And I know that yardage and field position are keys to any game played, but you've got to consider downs when you're talking about penalties, and they wisely did not take that one and made it 4th down.
A field goal gets them closer, but they say no thanks. We want the lead. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Play action this time for Justin Herbert. It's complete to Cook. And he's brought down. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. We remind you that coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will be alongside. He'll have highlights and analysis from Orlando of this first half of action.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
Flushed out right. Now on the run. He'll throw it back deep over the middle. Got a man. It's caught at the 6-yard line. This is 1st and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Marcus Peters. He's at the 50. He's at the 30. 10, 5.
Woo! Give me some.
And he is not quite going to make it all the way in. They'll mark him down right about the 1-yard line.
This was almost what I've heard referred to as a pick 12.
Pick 12, explain.
Well, you're talking about the 6 that they were trying to get.
Because they were so close to the end zone.
And now the 6 going the other direction. So when you take a look at teams on the march, they're in the red zone. Then after the interception, and it took a touch.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Credit the sack to Joey Bosa.
That I'm struggling to understand a little bit. That close to the goal line, first down, run the football. If you want to throw it, throw some play action on second down.
First down, a bit of a disaster, and now on 2nd and goal, back even further. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down, but a nice little gain. From the 8, it's 3rd and goal. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. So we've come to an abbreviated halftime show as we get rolling to quarter 3. Here's Hopkins now out to kick it away. James Prochet to return it. Taken down inside the 10 at about the 8-yard line.
For most people, the excitement of a kickoff return is to see a long one that goes back in the opposite direction. But for the guys covering it is being able to stop them deep in their own territory. How about that incredible form tackle right there? Shoulder into ball carrier, and down he goes.
Throwing now, Jackson on first down. Escaping the pressure right. The quick feet by Jackson.
Brandon, this is the time of the game when Jackson could really take over. He's got the defense's legs a little bit tired. He's got them on the run.
Yeah, this defense looks gassed, and you're exactly right. Second half with the lead, this is when Lamar Jackson seems to thrive. Throwing again on 2nd down. Jackson, and going deep for Hill. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Nasir Adderley. And now off to the races down the right side. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 and a Charger TD. Well, you don't want to coach him, Charles, to stay in the pocket on every play, but I guess that's the danger of getting outside of the pocket, extending a play, and making a bad throw. Turns into 6 points the other way.
Yeah, sometimes when you get outside the pocket, your vision actually gets obscured a little bit, or you narrow it down too much, and you don't see all the defenders in the area.
Well, it's still an uphill battle from here, that's for sure, but that makes it a 2-score game.
And now we see why teams practice so much on the 2-point conversion, why you have more than one play ready, because you may need multiples to throw out a ball game. There's a great example right there.
Prochet to return it. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. Baltimore's offense set for this next possession. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Rolling to his left. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. This home crowd, they're happy with that call.
I like the way you said happy there, right? The so-called good guys didn't get a call. They feel like it's been that way all afternoon. You feeling their pain?
They finally got one.
Yes, they did.
And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. They'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple. Jackson now. They set up the screen for Henry. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk at a 45.
Now we we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try to put the hammer down and finish this one off.
Looking to throw again on second down. Jackson buying time to his left. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on third down. On 3rd and 1, Jackson eluding the pressure right. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. The last drive, remember, similar situation. He forced the ball into coverage through the pick. He learned better there.
Yeah, similar to a golfer that's confronted with a shot that you just can't make. Sometimes you have to take your medicine, as they say, right? Just pull it down, take off, and go. Don't make something worse than what it was.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. From the gun, it's a run for Freeman. And he'll get 4 here down to the 35-yard line. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Again, they'll run with Freeman. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense gets a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. A first down carry for Henry. Escapes the defender, and he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. 25 yards for Derrick Henry, and the Ravens will add on to their lead.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical, that's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the third quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely. You also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
And he is into the end zone again as he scores both the touchdown and the two-point conversion to extend this lead. So they go with a pass there on the two-point try and able to convert it, Charles.
And a good job by the offense figuring out their two-point play and using it well. It's interesting how people are using the strategy nowadays, though, isn't it?
It really is, and I don't know how much that particular play factored in, but with the PAT moving back in 15-16, that kind of changed things, didn't it?
It's really a part of everyone's strategy now. When I talk with coaches and when we sit with them, they always talk about they actually have two-point periods in practice now, something they never really did before.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. On the return, Andre Roberts from his end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. L.A. set to take over again on offense. And the interception thrown in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound.
I just have to think the last thing he said as they went back out there was, don't do that again. What do you think?
What do you think?
Yeah, I think that. I think that not only...
He's got a man complete. And he takes it all the way down to the 28. Hey, you need a big play? Go to your big play guy.
Listen, that's football 101. When you have to have it, you expect that guy to step up. A lot of people call these receivers divas. Sometimes just leadership when they get in the huddle and say, get me the ball. I'm about to make a big play.
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Herbert off of play action. Throw over the middle into the hands of the tight end, Parham. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Herbert operating from the red zone. And this is caught. He's got it. Touchdown, L.A. Donald Parham there to make the grab. And the Chargers, they're able to cut into that deficit. And it was a tight window. He knew he had to rocket that thing in there. He got it done.
And when you're able to complete one like that, your confidence has to just go sky high. You just mentioned it. Tight window, sings it in there despite excellent coverage. Result, touchdown.
And around the goal line, especially on two-point tries, sometimes the QB's best friend is that big target, the tight end.
I love how you described it because you know he's going to have some length and some catch radius as well as a big body to keep people away from the football.
This is taken way up at the 25. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
The quick feet by Jackson. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Play action. Now Jackson. And that throw behind his man. He missed him. Incomplete.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. Jackson steps away. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Off the bootleg, Jackson. And right side, Henry's got it. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play. To throw again on 2nd down, Jackson. To the sideline, and it's caught, but boy, he's out of bounds. Well, they tried to get him into space coming out of the backfield, but it'll be 3rd down. The Ravens on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Off the bootleg, Jackson dancing to his left. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. That is an absolute backbreaker. That was a design passing play, wasn't a draw. You think you got him stopped, good coverage downfield, and he's able to pick up the first with his legs. Defensively, that kicks into your psyche and hurts a little bit, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and here's the thing. Anytime you give up a first down, it hurts you psychologically, but it hurts more when they get it this way because you've covered everything. He didn't have any place to throw the football. He takes off running and picks it up anyway, and now you have to stay on the field for an extra set of downs.
And really could have used that stop trailing here in the 4th.
Now that's the type of play that gives you a chance to win. Nothing forced downfield where you don't have a guy open. Swing it out to the back, maybe even check it down, whatever you want to call it. Gain of 5. You're just trying to get 4 on 1st down. They're ahead of the chains now.
Back to throw. Jackson, flush to his right. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. Looking to throw. Jackson. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage. Back to the 4-yard line. Call it a loss of 2 there on the play. And that is going to set up 3rd and goal. Henry. It looks like he's going to be stopped short of the first down by about a yard. The offense is staying out there. Here we go on 4th and goal from the 1. Off the bootleg. Jackson. anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. They're turned away on 4th and goal. And the Chargers hold tight down near the goal line. The Charger drive about to get going. That's complete. It's Cook. The ball comes out, but this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same. So it's Charger football as we welcome you back from the 2-minute warning. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Now Herbert, flushed out right. That's caught right side by Anderson. All that for a 2-yard gain, 2nd down. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their route, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion. And now the focus is really clear. They need to get that 1st down and either get out of bounds or maybe use one of those timeouts.
Herbert to throw. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a 1st down. They say he was out of bounds, so a big call there that brings up 4th. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. Escaping the pressure right. And Herbert going to slide to a stop, and he has a 1st down. Herbert going to throw. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. And there's Williams. What a catch. And he takes this one into the end zone, and all of a sudden, here in the final minute, things get a little bit tighter. Okay, so they got the score. Do you go for 1 here and save the possible 2-point conversion for later?
I think you do, because if you go for 2 here and you don't get it, that's deflation.
Yeah.
Now you wonder why you're even going for it. Take the easy one now and come back and try and get it later.
And now in a 9-point game, they'll still just need to go for 1 here. As this gets them back within a touchdown and a 2-point conversion. So that drives 7 plays in length. And it ends with the Chargers getting into the end zone. Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. On the return, Devin Duvernay. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. Baltimore about ready to go on offense. And this game not quite in hand yet. We'll likely see all 3 timeouts defensively and then reassess where we are. First and 10, and kind of tipping their hand at running the ball. 3 tight ends are out there. Here's Jackson. And going deep for Hill. Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off at the 38. And a great return here gets us all the way down to the 26-yard line. So, my goodness, I wouldn't have thought this possible not too long ago, but that turnover there means we have a game again.
Yeah, it's been a completely different team here in the second half. I just wonder on the other side of the field where the starters telling the backups, get ready, you're going to get some playing time. And now guess what? Hope they didn't cut the tape off of their wrists and ankles. They've got to go back out there and play.
And this will be caught. Touchdown. So in the final minute here, now a 2-point conversion will tie the game.
The touchdown's massive, but now they've got to have 2 to possibly take this to overtime.
Listen to this crowd now. Their guys need a stop on this 2-point conversion. Herbert. with it. We are tied here in the fourth. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds showing on the clock. Set to go now with the kickoff. These two teams all even again as we continue in this wild fourth quarter. This is taken way up at the 25. And they're going to have really good starting field position here as that's taken up close to the 40. This Ravens offense heads back out there led by Lamar Jackson. And it was his interception on the last drive that wound up leading to a game-tying touchdown.
And somehow you can make this a positive, though. You know why? Game tied now. So you're not protecting a lead. So you're not playing that way. You got to go get the lead again. So maybe it loosens him up a little bit and allows him to go ahead and be a little more free in his play.
They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry. 56 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Jackson sliding out of the pocket. Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And picked up by the Chargers. And that will write a finish to this ball game. And we've got free football. 4 quarters done, and we're dead even. We'll have overtime after this. And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick six or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. This is taken way up at the 25. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. They control their own destiny here. They have the football in overtime. Obviously, a touchdown would win it.
And I think teams around the league are still adjusting to the idea of going downfield, scoring a touchdown wins the game, because they were used to just going downfield and trying to get in field goal range to win a game. Still having to make that transition. Let's face it now, the ones who are doing it better.
And I think the ball's out, but this will fortunately wind up out of bounds. Second time he's fumbled in this game. Fortunate for him, this one goes out of bounds.
And the key for him now is how much equity have you built up with your coaching staff? How much equity have you built up with your team to continue to get opportunities? Fortunate that one went out of bounds, saved him from a turnover.
It's caught inside the 25.
Let's go.
And he's into the end zone for the touchdown and the game winner in OT. Well, you never know what you're going to expect when you come to the stadium to call a game. Sometimes you get good ones. Sometimes you get bad ones. Sometimes you get great ones. And that's what we had here. What an exciting finish on that last big play.
And I think that as we look at it, when we talk calls do you have left? What have you not shown? Or what have you made an adjustment to what you've worked out all the way through that's going to give you the play we